Okay, over here on the left.
Hello. I just have a quick question for Patterson. On the way over, I was listening to the McQueen song, and at one point you say that a car had like 6 or 8 hubcaps. You know what I mean? And I don't know what you mean.
They really are.
Great question. You get the prize. If you rent Bullet, the movie Bullet, and there's a chase scene, and there's a flub in the movie because there's about 3 different times when the car rounds a corner and a hubcap falls off, and it keeps happening. And then at the end, when the car crashes, hubcaps go everywhere, and there's at least 6 hubcaps that come off of that one car. And I've lost 2 hubcaps, but I've never been able to do that. Great question. Thank you.
You, sir, in the DBT t-shirt.
Yeah, I might as well wear it. First of all, I just want to congratulate Barr on a wonderful film. And I think the question everyone wants to know is, when can we buy this on DVD? That's the question I want to know. And I do have a question for Patterson when you're done. So
We don't know. We have no distributor. We certainly want to, yes.
I hope
We did it for love, but we want y'all to get to see it and, pay a few cents for it.
Well,
But that's going to be down.
There's one of those douchebags who's been following around this band with a video camera for a number of years. I hope I don't fall into that category, but if I do, so be it. You guys have inspired a lot of people, and me included, and I think you're just an amazing band. I'm glad you didn't stop when you were thinking about it, and I hope you continue to play as long as you want to. And, your lyrics inspire a lot of us and inspired me. And I guess the question is, did you actually see Ozzy Osbourne with Randy Rhoads? Because that's the line that hooked me.
Yes.
And kudos to you as well.
Okay. Go ahead, Patterson. Were you going to say something else, Patterson?
No. I did. I saw him about a week and a half before the plane crash that killed Randy Rhoads. And it was real good. It was a great show.
Okay, on the left here.
All right, my question is, I'm from Baltimore, and I've seen you guys all over the place. I've seen you in New York, I've seen you in DC a buttload of times. It seems like you have a special connection with Baltimore, and I just wanted to know specifics other than Rodney, the Thai guy.
Pies.
And
Not pies.
Dangerously Delicious Pies is coming to Washington. It's coming to H Street.
And it's great.
So we'll get a chance now. But Baltimore, you guys do seem to have a thing for Baltimore.
We had a lot of friends there early on. It was one of the East Coast towns that really started clicking for us. And it was kind of a home base for us because we had so many friends like Rodney. We could base ourselves in Baltimore and then go to New York, come back, kind of network out of there.
Yeah, at one point I went and I just moved up there and slept on Rodney's floor for about a month one time when we were all fighting and I was getting divorced and I decided I needed to get out of town, and Rodney was nice enough to let me sleep on his floor for a month, and so I just booked a tour and just stayed out of there and booked out of there. So we were finishing Southern Rock Opera about that time.
Did he step on your dick too?
No, that would have hurt.
Okay, over here.
Hey guys, I just want to apologize in advance for how nerdy and specific this question is, but what the hell? I won't get a chance at this again. So this is a question for Cooley specifically. Obviously I'm a huge fan of all your songs. I would not be able to choose a favorite, but I think the one that I find most fascinating is Cottonseed. And I'm just wondering if you could talk a little about, where the song came from for you. If it's based on something in real life, someone you knew or someone you knew of, or if it's totally fictitious, or more specifically the title and the line from the chorus, which, by the way, is the most badass line in history. Put more lawmen in the ground than Alabama put cottonseed. That still gives me shivers 500 times after the first time I heard it.
The guy, it was a real person. He was kind of a Southern Tony Soprano. He was the head of pretty major syndicate. I remember I heard about him in the news. He was the guy or one of the main people that in the
Buford
the
Pusser.
gang that Buford Pusser was fighting. He was one of their leaders. But he did some time. I don't remember what he finally was convicted of. Probably about 1/100th of whatever he did. But I went to this. It was like this church youth retreat when I was a teenager, and he was the guest speaker. Community service, yeah. But this thing is like, I don't know, 30, 40 teenagers at the most, maybe not even that many, but the place packed out the night he was speaking. And of course, he doesn't do this stuff. He's like nervous and sweating and just trying to get through it. So that's the image. I made up the rest.
Does that kind of play the duality of the Southern thing?
Yes, it
There
is.
was one thing you did make his daughter.
Yeah, his daughter was there. That was one of the that he said there. That's the only thing I remember of him actually saying was he was getting all nervous and his daughter was telling him to stay cool. In other words, don't go up there and tell these people to go screw themselves. You got to stay out of the tent.
Stay cool, Daddy. Stay cool,
Yeah.
Daddy.